My name is Kevin Esch, and this is IRAs. You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. Don't we all dream of being financially secure when we're older? Maybe having enough money towards your retirement to have a nice house like this? Well, I'm here today to talk about IRAs, which are individual retirement accounts, and how if you start saving and investing in them now, when you reach retirement age, you may be financially secure enough to afford a nice house like this. CNN Money describes an IRA as basically a savings account with big tax breaks, making it an ideal way to sock away money for your retirement. And a lot of people mistakenly think an IRA itself as an investment, but really it's just a basket that you keep your stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and other assets. The biggest thing to IRAs is tax benefits. So Uncle Sam does not really like IRAs because you get a cut on your taxes depending on which IRA you choose. There's many different types of IRAs, but the two I will be talking about today are traditional and Roth IRAs. Traditional IRAs, when you make a contribution to an IRA, a traditional one, the contribution you put in is tax deductible, so you can write it off as a tax write-off. Some advantages to traditional IRAs are the earnings that you get from it are tax-free, so you get a certain percentage of interest and compounds and whatnot. Those are tax-free, so your money grows quickly in them, much quicker than just a regular savings account at a bank. Also with traditional IRAs, you can roll over any other retirement plans you have, like a 401k from work and whatnot. There are disadvantages to traditional IRAs. Once you reach age 70 and a half, you are required to start taking withdrawals from it. And then those withdrawals are going to be taxed because you weren't taxed when you put it in, so they're going to tax you when you take it out. There are guidelines to who can contribute to certain IRAs. And for traditional, basically if you're under 70 and a half and you have a job and get you have a taxable income, you can contribute to an IRA. But these guidelines are for single people. So if you're single and you do not have a retirement plan at work and you make less than $89,000 a year, you can deduct your entire amount that you contribute to your IRA from your taxes. And the limit to contribute to an IRA for all IRAs is $5,500, and that's as of this year. Last year it was just $5,000. If you do have a 401k at work, you can contribute, or you can deduct everything you contribute if you make less than $56,000 a year. And if you make, and there's a little leeway between $56,000 and $66,000. If you make over $66,000 and you have you have a 401k at your work, you're not allowed to contribute to your IRA, to your traditional IRA. The second kind is a Roth IRA, which differs from the traditional in that when you withdraw from your Roth IRA, those withdrawals won't be taxed. So you get every penny that you take out. Other advantages, as well as the traditional IRA, there's tax-free earnings in the Roth. But with the Roth IRA, you can withdraw early at any time as long as it's for a qualified reason. And those qualified reasons are paying for college expenses for you or your family, paying medical expenses, paying for your first home purchase, and paying for the cost of a sudden disability. So if you get hurt at work and you still have to pay bills and stuff, you can withdraw from your Roth IRA without any penalties. And then also with the Roth IRA, there's no required withdrawal, so you can still be 80, 85 years old and not have touched your IRA. There are disadvantages though. There are no tax deductions for your contributions to a Roth IRA, so you can't use those as a tax write-off or anything. The limitations for a Roth IRA, if you're married and together y'all make less than $183,000, you can contribute the full amount. If you're single and you make less than $125,000, you can make the full amount. There are many different places that offer IRAs. This is just four of them here: Wells Fargo, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, and T. Rowe Price. So if you're thinking about getting an IRA, you can do your research on these investment firms and make your choice. My interview was a lady named Deb Scullin. She's a client associate at Wells Fargo Advisors downtown. She told me the best way to start your IRA is to do your research on it, and then whichever place you choose, make an appointment, and then when you go in there, go have a list of questions ready to ask so you can be prepared. I hope y'all learned a thing or two about IRAs and retirement, and I hope the next time you think about your IRA, next time you think about your future, you think about having an IRA and putting away money, and maybe you can afford a nice house. Thank you.